Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. As you guys saw from a previous episode, we got our first snowfall of the year. Pretty substantial, 6 to 7 inches is what I measured locally. It took us a little bit by surprise because the weatherman said it was going to be rain, then they said 1 inch or dusting, and then they said 3 to 5 inches, and what we got was almost 8 inches in some areas, but a minimum of at least 6 inches. So if that's an indication of what's in store for Long Island this coming year, I might have to whip out my big Ariens 1129 dual stage snowblower out of the shed. Because as you saw, I used 3 electric snowblowers and they sucked. That damn Noma thing that's supposed to be in mint condition didn't start. It started, but it didn't run for long. Had like a fuel problem. I gotta work that out later. And I had a Poulon single stage that worked, but it worked. After the storm, my neighbor from across the street, he picked this up, but it doesn't run. He sprayed stuff into it and it turned over, but it doesn't stay running. This is pretty cool. It's a Toro Power Clear 721. It says 721 RC commercial. Commercial? Come on, how is this commercial? Commercial people wouldn't use a single stage, unless you wanted to get into small crevices where a big machine couldn't get to. It's a 21-inch wide clearing path, 212 cc's, which is about the size of your usual Harbor Freight Predator engine. It does not have electric start, just a recoil starter. As you can see, it's just like any snowblower. This is the auger engagement. It feels okay. Has a blue handle for the recoil starter, on and off switch, and also, as you can see here, this primer bulb is Donski. So we're gonna have to replace this primer bulb, otherwise you're not gonna be able to even figure out if it works without spraying. This is a 4-stroke, meaning just regular unleaded gas, and you have an oil filler somewhere. I don't know where it is. And this is a manual chute deflector. Up and down here. I gotta tell you, I haven't changed the primer bulb in probably 6 years. In the beginning, when I first started the channel, I changed primer bulbs all the time. I don't understand that. Anyway, I had bought a lot of primer bulbs. This is from Sten's. It's been 6-7 years since I bought these, so that's right. Those were days where I actually bought something. I didn't have all these sponsors that sent me stuff, you know. But brand new primer bulb, and it's a little smaller than that at least. I'm gonna see if this fits. I have other ones, like the red ones that are bigger. This one looks smaller, or maybe this one's just spread out. I'm not sure. I'll have to take this apart to get to the bottom panel here, or reach my hand in there somehow to push the clips, to push this assembly out, disconnect the air hose, and you need to heat this up like a heat gun because it's not exactly pliable right now. It's a little hard. And slip this over the white plastic round thing with the hole in it that the air hose attaches to. That's how it works. So you couldn't get this out right now without being underneath this panel. And it looks like it's just 2 screws here to remove this part, at least lift it up high. To take the whole thing off, you'd have to take this chute off, which just a pain in the ass. So I'm going to try to just take these bolts out, slip my hand in there, try to grip the two things, pop this out, put this back on, pop it back in, and then prime it, see if it runs on its own. But I'm pretty sure the carburetor needs to be cleaned too. So that bottom panel probably has to come out too. I'll put you on time lapse. It could take a while. So there's the old primer bulb, and I managed to get it on with just a little screwdriver. There's the new primer bulb. However, I tried it, still won't start, of course. Now, my neighbor told me that he sprayed stuff and it's turned over. However, take a look at the carburetor. It's completely enclosed in this plastic thing. So how would he spray it, you know? On the top here, there is a hole that goes down. I'm not sure that the mouth of the carburetor is actually exposed. You try it. If that doesn't work, looks like we can drop the bowl right there though. I'm gonna just spray it. I'm gonna. Let's spray right in there. See if vapors get in there somehow. It's on choke. You pull this out for choke. It is on. So it runs on choke. When you put it to run, it'll stall. And this primer bulb doesn't really go in more. See, you push it down and it's like, it's not really pumping because this primer bulb is really stiff. And I don't know if whether heating it up will make it better or not. I might have to change it again. So that doesn't seem to work. Let's drop the bowl and see what happens. 10 millimeter. And there's fuel coming out. Coming out! Because it's on its face, gas will not continue to leak. Holy crap! Disgusting. Damn. That's terrible. the bowl, I was able to remove the main jet out of there, but I couldn't get it out because it has to be perfectly vertical for it to come out. And I didn't want to take apart the whole thing to get the carburetor to drop. I also have this primer bulb, which is a lot more springy. See what I'm saying? But the diameter is much bigger and these holes, tabs, don't match. So it's not going to work. See, but this does pop back up again after a while. It's just kind of stiff. I wonder if I heated it up, it would be better. But anyway, carburetor seems to be clean now. Let's try it. So as you saw, it works, but as soon as you have a load on it, it dies. Which means the carburetor's still dirty. Even though it runs on its own, on full run, the circuits just are not clean. And you can't get to every circuit in there without taking the carburetor off. And it is a pain to get this bottom part out. Really a pain. Do I want to spend the amount of effort and time to do it? Snowblowers around here, it costs 50 bucks. He's in it already for 50 bucks. You know what? He's my neighbor. I'm gonna try to do it. Let's take the carburetor off and check out the innards. Gots to. As you saw, I took apart the entire thing. Took the carburetor off, cleaned the pilot jet area, as well as removed the main jet. Wasn't dirty, so I don't know why under load it wants to stall. I heated up the primer bulb and now it pops back into shape. Better, but not perfect. I did find 3 other primer bulbs, the red kind, but the diameter was much bigger than this, so I couldn't use it. But this now pops back into shape. Let's see if it starts now. And let's see if it continues to blow now without stalling under load. So how about it, guys? Took apart the whole thing, had to do that to get to the carburetor. Took the whole carburetor apart, cleaned the pilot jet, the bowl, the emulsion tube, the main jet, all the circuit holes. I adjusted the idle. The idle screw was so low that the RPMs were so low. So then once I did that, it had a nice sounding speed to the RPMs, and then it threw snow very well. Not so much on grass, but it throws snow pretty well, even though it's all ice now. So this thing's ready to go. I spent more time than I wanted to. It was interesting to work on a newer model, this being the Power Clear 721. I think this was like 2003. I get nothing but old shit, so this was kind of new to me, you know? I believe it has an MTD motor or LCT engine on it. This is not a Toro engine. Toro doesn't make engines. It's neither Tecumseh or Briggs & Stratton, so it's a Chinese clone engine. Seems to run okay. So I don't know, man. I feel like I worked enough to charge $100 for it, but he's my neighbor, so 50? It was interesting for me to work on it anyway. I didn't mind. And it makes for a good video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you snowblower videos like this one. I got one more to go. Got this working again. Had a frozen fuel line. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys and gals, I'm JB from Garage Gear, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.